you clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound,
I
profane.
love to disturb people
A guru is somebody who disturbs the fundamental aspects in you.
because the more you console them, the more retarded they remain.
All kinds of conclusions that you have drawn,
Disturb them.
he disturbs everything in you.
So, here we are.
Is Sadhguru really copying Osho? If so, why does he do that? Because up until this point, Sadhguru has never talked about Osho openly. If not, why do people assert that? Maybe it's because he has never talked about him. Or is he trying to avoid controversy? Or it could be for some other reason. Let's dig deeper. Osho, as everybody knows, was a great mystic capable of shaking the world off of its roots. A mystic of Indian origin who created his own city in the United States, who never shied away from expressing his outlook out there in the world.
The Western man is half, the Eastern man is half. My effort here is to create the whole man.
A guru who knew that his preachings would be heard and followed by the following generations, who impacted the whole world in a span of just a decade, and a guru who undoubtedly is hard to define in mere words. Now, let's talk about Sadhguru. He is one of the most influential people in the entire world in the present day and time. Widely known and regarded for his extraordinary perspectives on different aspects of life.
You're not taken charge of this. Why has that happened? Because your education, your society is talking about conquering the world, but never taught you anything about how to take charge of this.
People of every generation are intrigued by his ideas, in and outside of India. Well, it's clear that we'd be lying if we said there are no similarities between the two. But that's just the impression of what lies on the surface. There's a lot more to them than meets the eye. Therefore, it can be said that those who just know the surface reality are unable to make sense of what lies in depth, right? If you look at these pictures of Osho and Sadhguru, the clothing looks almost the same. But if you look closely at the way they are dressed up, you can see that Osho's attire is not completely Indian, nor is it completely Western. On the other hand, Sadhguru prefers wearing traditional South Indian clothes, obviously except when he's riding a bike or playing frisbee or golf. Besides that, if we assess most of Osho's discourses, he mostly shunned and strongly condemned a number of rituals that were very common among the public at the time.
Religions don't have any reason to exist in the world.
Sadhguru, on the contrary, places a high value on rituals by providing a rational explanation behind them. In addition to that, Osho never used the prana-pratishta approach to consecrate any energy form as Sadhguru did with the dhyana linga, linga bhairavi, and its yantras, including a recently done naga pratishta at Isha Yoga Center, Bangalore. Also, there is one thing to be noted. Osho always opposed marriages, whereas Sadhguru neither approves nor denies it. Basically, he just confuses us.
So they said, we are not able to make up our mind whether to have children or to get a dog. What should we do? So marriage counselor said, this is very simple. You want to ruin your carpets or your life, you must decide.
If we look deeper into the lives of both and the tools and practices they offered, they weren't quite the same either, as Sadhguru developed his own techniques based on the ancient practices of Hatha Yoga and Kriya Yoga, while Osho also had created his own methods, but he derived his inspiration majorly from the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra. Their approaches have benefited people immensely and reaped fruits in people's lives who are deeply connected with them. In contrast to Sadhguru, who has initiated various services for societal advancements such as Project Green Hands, Kaveri Calling, Rally for Rivers, Save Soil Movement, and so on, Osho was someone who did not find significance in societal services and did not participate in any either, as his outlook towards society was very different. So, while the two may be similar, they differ substantially in many respects. And our intent in acknowledging the distinctions between the two is not to glorify one and belittle the other, but to help the audience recognize the value of every guru's approach towards making the world a better place to live in. And lastly, despite the fact that their methods may be different or not, the ultimate goal of every spiritual guru is to release humankind from its shackles and direct it to confront the reality of existence. And it's never about one copying the other, because the truth can never be different, and if it's different, it is not the truth. When this is the case, why do we still desire to let our minds wander instead of attempting to learn from the great masters who have been there, who are with us today, and who will come across us sometime in the future? Let us all make an effort to have an accepting attitude and an open mind for everything we come across in our lives. If you like this, subscribe to Mystics of India for more such videos.